Welcome to the deep dive. So today, we're not just, reading off a spec sheet.
No.
We are trying to reverse engineer the blueprint for a modern, high-end video studio. We're tearing into the Datavideo SHOWCAST 100 TRK-3 all-in-one production bundle.
And that price tag, I mean, you have to start there, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're looking at a system that lists at $17,475.
Hmm.
That's serious professional money.
It is.
And when you promise all-in-one at that cost, the parts have to, they have to eliminate complexity and add a ton of capability.
Okay, so let's unpack that promise. The heart of the bundle is the ShowCast 100 4K switcher, but the real magic, the real muscle seems to come from these 3 AI object auto-tracking PTZ cameras.
Right, pan, tilt, zoom.
And then there's this specialized 3-channel long-range HD basic receiver.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me with the AI cameras. This isn't just a remote control camera. This is like a robotic camera operator. The AI can actually track a subject, a speaker, walking across the stage, an athlete, whatever, and it keeps them perfectly in frame. No human has to touch the controls.
So that's the real insight then. It's automation literally replacing a crew member. But does the quality actually hold up? You can't just stick a cheap lens on a robot and call it broadcast ready.
Well, not at this level you can't. These cameras have a pretty decent 12.5-inch CMOS sensor. It's 8.51 megapixels.
Okay.
And zoom range is impressive. You get 12x optical zoom, and then on top of that, 16x digital.
Wow.
Yeah, so that means this system could cover, say, a whole stage or big auditorium to the back row and still keep that sharp 4K image.
So no need for those huge long throw cameras. Okay, so all that video gets fed into the brain of the operation, that ShowCast 100 switcher. It's got a huge capacity, 12 inputs. It manages 4 video channels at the same time, plus stills. And what I found really interesting is how flexible the inputs are.
That flexibility is absolutely key to the whole all-in-one claim. It supports everything from modern HDMI for 4K laptop all the way to, older broadcast standards like SDI, RGB component.
So you can mix and match.
Exactly. You can link 4K and 1080p sources at the same time, which is perfect for any venue that hasn't fully upgraded all of its displays yet.
So we've got the 4K picture locked down, but getting the signal ready for a big live event takes more than just video. What about sound?
They handle it properly. The system has a 4-channel digital audio mixer built right in, and crucially, it has professional balanced inputs.
XLRs.
2 stereo XLR inputs, yeah. If you're paying $17 grand, you expect the professional standard, which is so much more reliable than, a consumer headphone jack.
Right. Okay, so we've got audio and video. Now let's talk about getting it out to the world. Output and delivery. This is where speed matters just as much as quality.
For sure. We're talking UHD 4K in and out at up to 60 frames per second over HDMI 2.0, and for live streaming, the latency is incredibly low, just 200 milliseconds.
So nothing.
It's essential. And when it streams out, it uses modern H.264 or H.265 encoding and supports the standards like RTMP and RTSP. But the big one is that it supports SRT.
Ah, SRT. Yeah, that's kind of the rising star in streaming, isn't it? The reliable, low-latency protocol that the pros use over unpredictable networks like the internet.
That's exactly it. And the other piece tying it all together is that HDBaseT receiver you mentioned earlier. That's so important.
Why is that?
Because HDBaseT lets you send power, your control signals, and that high-bandwidth 4K video all over a single cheat cat cable for hundreds of feet.
Okay, so that immediately cuts down on cable mess and installation costs. And I guess we should mention the operator gets a built-in 14-inch screen, internal recording to an SD card, and pro outputs like tally.
Right, in the red light.
Yeah, so the talent knows which camera is live.
So when you put it all together, the Datavideo SHOWCAST is, well, it's a complete high-capacity production center in a box that weighs under 12 pounds. It's built for one person to run a show that used to need a small team.
So what's the big takeaway here for you? When you consider that mix of high-fidelity 4K, professional XLR audio, and that long-range HD-based infrastructure, which just slashes cabling needs, the system feels like more than an upgrade. It feels optimized to replace multi-person crews in these huge fixed environments.
Right.
So is this machine truly designed to modernize, say, a live performance venue, a large university lecture hall, or a professional house of worship, places where long single cable runs and single operator automation are non-negotiable? Is that where this system truly finds its home? That's something for you to chew on until the next deep dive.